Hey guys, Lance here, and today we're gonna quickly go over another Figma. Well, not really quickly, but we're gonna review another Figma. This time it is Miyamoto Musashi. You probably saw her this year, if not last year. This is her original costume. I call it original, but it's like her first form. What I got was her berserker form. This is Saber Miyamoto Musashi. Let's get to the unboxing, and then we'll get to the review.
Vantage.
君を追っていたってあなたが笑う手が届かないと諦めてた人私ごめんね臆病なの突然すぎて心と裏腹足を速めるの
Alright guys, and here we have Musashi, or Saber Musashi. I think I'm just gonna go with Saber Musashi just for the sake of convenience, because I have Berserker, and they're both Musashi, they're both Miyamoto. Yeah, you get the gist. However, I've always wanted to get the Figma of her original outfit, and here I have it, and I gotta say, I don't think the pictures do justice. I don't think the pictures you find online of her would do justice unless you have her in hand. She's one of those figures where you really have to have her for yourself just to really understand how good looking she is. All the detailing in her armor and everything. Granted, I know a little bit about her character, and that's it. I know a little bit. Now you might be wondering, oh, how come you don't know the full story of her? Like, one, I don't really play Fate. I don't really get into Fate all that much. So I'm what you call like an occasional casual fan, I guess. I guess that'd be the way to put it. But also it's like, I've seen her in promotional pictures a while, like years ago or something like that. And I always thought she looked pretty nice. So when I saw she had the Berserker version, they had the Berserker version over on Good Smile, I'm like, okay, I'll get it. It looks really cool. And I figured, that's a Berserker version. Is there a Saber version? Lo and behold, here we are, and now we have her. And yeah, I got her pre-owned. However, the level of pre-owned was they just opened it just to see the contents, and then they put it back in the box and sold it off. So she feels like new. The unboxings are filmed way in advance, is my thing. So yeah, I've had time to mess with her, and she's like any Figma, pretty damn good quality. Pretty damn good. Everything feels nice, feels legit. Even on her face, even though it's a default smile, it looks pretty nice. Clothing and everything. I could just go on and on about the detailing. And the little like fallen oak leaves on her design. No, it's not what you think it is. Those are oak leaves. But yeah, no, she looks great. She looks beautiful. I love it. Just looks alone so far, I love this figure. Now let's go over articulation while we're at it. It is your usual Figma articulation. Head can go like this. You can do full 360 if you really wanted to. You can already tell the chest has some, upper chest has some movement. Forward, back, and lean side to side. Also twist a little bit. You do have stuff going on in the legs, but we'll get to it. First, we want to tackle the arms. Usual Figma style. 360, over 90. Bicep, kind of bicep rotation, not really. You sort of get it here at the elbow. Wrist rotation, depending how you orient the peg, you can turn it a certain way. Legs kick about that far because of the material. And then back about that far also because of the material. Knees can bend 90. You get a thigh swivel, mainly due to the peg inside. You get ankle pivot and foot movement. And yeah, thank God her heels too are like one solid piece. So it's a bit easier to get her standing upright. And then you don't have to go through a major hassle like some Figmas that I own. Oh, that was a bad position. I guess while we're here, while we're trying to, while I just lay her down at this point, let's start going over accessories. One of the major ones that comes with every Figma is a Figma stand. Simple procedure, find the peg hole, plug the peg in. You're just gonna have to peg her, like so. It's a bit tight. It's a bit of a tight pegging session, you know. It's the usual stuff, don't worry about it. Usual tight pegging session, tight hole, large peg. You get the idea. If it's snugly, she's not gonna fall off anytime soon. Yeah, it's gonna be great. Let's start talking about her hands. She comes with 6 pairs. You got your standard grabbing hands for the swords. You got 2 fists. She comes with her hands, at least when I bought her, she had the splayed open hands. She has an extra open hand, but I believe that's to hold the bowl. And she gets a, like, holding small thing hand. I don't know what you call it, claw hand. That allows her to hold the smaller stuff. That allows her to do all that. Before we get to the swords, I'm going to show that first. Also, I'm going to show that first after we go over the other accessories. Her other accessories are a happy, I guess like a nervous laugh, or like a soft-hearted laugh face. Looks nice. And then you've got your good old yelling face. She's a saber. She's going to be fighting in combat. She needs a good yelling face. You know the drill. She's got 2 sword sheaths. One for shorter, one for longer. You can tell the size difference. That is if you don't have, you're displaying her without her swords. You can put these in the sheaths right here, like so. You want to make sure they are oriented correctly, though. And trying to do this in front of a camera is a pain in the ass. Make sure those are the correct orientation, like so. These handles are a bit curved, so it's easier to tell. Like so. There you go. That's what that looks like. That's what she looks like with her swords in her hip. Though personally, because I will display her with her swords, I'm not going to use these. These going to go in the included baggie. The included like sandwich bag for all the Figma parts. I've always liked these. I'm gonna ramble a little bit about these bags. I've always liked these and how you can label them for which Figma they are. That's really helpful to collectors. Super convenient, super helpful, honestly. I wish more companies would do that. That'd be very useful for them. And then you've got her 2 weapons of choice, which is a short sword and a long sword. I believe this is called a wakizashi. I don't know. And this is just your good old katana. Odachi would be a lot longer and a lot thicker. So I would not be right calling this an odachi. I believe this is your standard fair katana, and this is your wakizashi. You know, I could just Google that right now, just to make sure. I could just Google that. Hold on, I'll be right back. Okay, yeah, as far as I'm aware, yeah, this is just a normal katana, and this is a wakizashi. I'm gonna be called wrong on this, but might just be a shorter katana. I don't know. You know, I'm not so sure myself. Let me just make sure. Okay, I can't exactly figure out the name of the short one. I know this one's called a daisho. The daisho, the longer one. I'm gonna assume a wakizashi is this shorter one. I'm gonna make that assumption. Alright, I've been doing a lot of fact checking, and I'm just gonna ask you guys to comment down below. Because these are more curved in nature. I don't know, this is like your traditional. This might be closer to your traditional katana, but then what is this, an odachi? But then an odachi would be way too big. I don't know. But yeah, it's trying to Google correct terms and not look like an idiot on YouTube is hard. It's hard. I'm trying, but I'm not even gonna bother with Japanese namings because it's like I could be wrong, but I just don't know because I don't speak the language. Not only that, the culture is not something I'm well versed in. I'm just trying to make a guess based on what little I do know. So this might be a uji katana, which is just a shorter thing, and then this might just be a katana. Uji, katana, and katana. I'm gonna hope that's right. If not, please do let me know in the comments down below. Mainly because me trying to Google it has led me to very confusing and conflicting sources. So, because it's like most of the actual historical figure Musashi, Miyamoto Musashi, his life is like a myth. Most of it's kind of like myth based. So it's like it's really hard to discern. So if anyone who's super well versed in that type of folklore, all the type of history or whatever, I don't fully know, let me know in the comments down below so that I can be educated. I am really curious. I am really curious. This could be just either an uchi katana or tachi or whatever, and then this could be like a katana or maybe some very short odachi. I don't know. This is how you can tell I don't know. Despite a lot of research, either in the video or in post or before doing reviews, no amount of research is going to tell me which one's correct. That's hard. Rambling aside, yeah, long sword, short sword. You get the gist. She's got little flame effects that go to each sword, depending on which one. I believe the red one goes to the long boy, and the blue goes to the short. At least that's what's depicted on the box, anyways. At least that's what's depicted. So I'm gonna rock it that way. In fact, let me just do it right now. I believe they're inserted like this. I believe. I could be entirely wrong, but there we go. That looks badass. Where's a short one? I hope I didn't lose it. Do I have this one right? I'm gonna check real fast. Yeah, I got it right. That's it right. Okay, we'll roll with it. Enough rambling. Then you've got a bowl of what I presume to be rice. Could be porridge, could be noodles. I can't tell. I'm gonna assume it's rice because of the granular detailing. Either way, it's food. Food for her. You got a little bit of dango, which I believe is a modern take. I could be wrong on the name too, by the way. And then one thing I'm confident of the name of is chopsticks. Pretty sure these are chopsticks. So what we want to do mainly to get this kind of effect in play is you kind of just want to take off your hands like so without damaging anything. Thank God. Let's do it with both hands like that. There you go. And then let's take these two hands, and then what we can do here is put this one on her left hand like so. Oh no. Oh no. There we go. Okay. Just gonna prepare her arms in the meantime. Like so. And then like so. I want to make sure I get everything right. You want to just slide the chopsticks in her hand like so. I could be doing everything entirely wrong and pissing off a bunch of people. If you're one of those people, I am so sorry. I'll try my best here. Okay, let me do this off camera real quick. Okay, now we got it, but let's solidify that by swapping her face out. It's your typical Figma of removing the front part. Uh oh. Oh boy. I made the bowl fall off. Let's just remove her face. Give me your face, like Optimus Prime would ask. And then let's set that there. And then let's drop everything. And then we'll just put everything back off camera. And there we have it. Yeah, I'm not doing this display again. As cute as it looks, it's a little bit of a pain in the butt to do. Let's get our swords on. Actually, before we get our swords on. There we go. There we go. Now she's got a dongo. And I dropped it again. At least this one's easier to deal with. Okay. She's got a dongo. Big titty. Alright, now let's get the swords on. Alright, I got her swords in, and I decided to do a little pose for her. Because why not? Not the best, but hey, it's alright. I'm happy with it. Let's do some size comparisons, and we're just going to keep the pose because that's how all my Figmas are displayed. Alright, starting off this size comparison, we are going to bring in Mash in her orthodox form. Alright, yeah, she's a bit big to move. So give me a moment. Next up, we have Tamamo. And then we have Skaha. And then we have Rider or Medusa 2.0. And then finally we have Jetstream Sam. Berserker Musashi. And yeah, they look nice together. And I don't think they have the same face mold because this one has earrings, so you can't really swap the faces, unfortunately. But hey, they look great together. They honestly do. Alright, and that's gonna be it for today's review. Hope y'all enjoyed. I enjoyed this figure. One little tidbit of information I just remembered. This is based on stage 3 of her, I think, evolution. I forget the term. Her upgrade. Whenever you upgrade her in the games or whatnot, whenever she upgrades, that's stage 3 with the little flame effects. But other than that, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like, comment, subscribe, all the YouTuber jargon. I'm just gonna keep saying these things at the end because I want you guys to enjoy the video first before y'all hear that from me. Alright, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Oh, by the way, did I ever tell you that she's got massive tits, big ass, all that? She's hot. Enough degeneracy for me for one day. Alright, have a good one.